Hello, welcome to the channel and welcome back to Resurwreck Autos HQ. So guys, today is Monday morning. I hope you had a great weekend. I did. It was very hot. I actually went down to Eastbourne air show. They do like an air show down there. It was their 30th anniversary. Went on for 3 or 4 days. It was just crazy, but it was really, really nice. So yeah, went down there, saw the planes. But back on it today. Today, that Mercedes that I've been winning for the last 4 or 5 weeks is going through the auction again. It is very, very slightly higher than what I'm used to winning it for. Let's just say that. It's already up a little bit, but it's still worth grabbing. It's still a great little car. So I definitely want to try and grab that Mercedes if I can today. There's another one as well that I'm looking at, but I won't tell you about that one. But today is another new project, guys, that I'm going to show you. Something that I've not done before. And it, on the face of it, it looks incredible. It looks so good. So the whole package is what I mean, not just the actual car. It's the whole thing. Do you know what I mean? Do you get all the keys? Do you get, service history? What? It's the whole thing. So that is what I'm always looking at. So let's get into it. I'll show you what we got. I'll bring it in the workshop. We'll grab a look at it. We'll see what's going on. And we'll we might have a bit of time actually to get into it, to look at the repairs and see what we can do on it as well. So let's get cracking. Let's do this. Right, guys, so I've got the new project in the workshop. Let me show you what we've got to work on. This, I've never done one of these before. So this is a 3008 Peugeot, and it's like gold colour. It looks nice, actually. It looks a nice car. And the colour's really, really smart, actually. So, yeah, this is a Peugeot 3008. A 2013, this one. Yeah, I'll walk around, let you see it. It's the rest of the car is immaculate. It's in such a good state. There's no scratches, there's no dents. It's been really, really looked after. I think this has definitely been rather on someone's driveway or garaged. It's in a really, really nice condition. It really is. I did wash it when I picked it up. I just give it a quick wash over just to see, if there's anything else around the car, and there isn't. The only thing is this front bumper. Yeah, and it's a Cat N. So what's happened on this one is, I'm going to say it, in my opinion, should happen on every single car. But financially and the way that the industry is, it just ain't going to happen. This has gone to a garage to be properly assessed. So the damaged parts removed, and to see if it's a Cat N or a Cat S. That's how everyone should be done, in my opinion. And this is exactly what's happened with this one, because I know that because there's parts in the boot, and they've bagged up all the bolts as well and put it in a bag. So I know it's come from some sort of body shop or some sort of accident repair shop or something like that. It's come from one of those. They've basically, I haven't got the bumper, so that's gone. Don't know where that is. But I've checked all over the front end over here, and none of this has been hit or damaged whatsoever. I don't know where the actual hit or damage was on the bumper, because I haven't got the bumper, and I didn't know anything about the accident. But everything else in here is absolutely just unscathed. Nothing's been hit or touched or dented or anything. The bonnet's perfect. not been hit. So that's good condition as well. They even writ on the headlight here, look. A side light bulb needs replacing. Thank you very much for that. I would have checked it myself, guys, but thank you for telling me. I would have done an pre-MOT check, but I'll do it anyway. Thanks for that. But even the wheels are dirty. Don't get me wrong, they are filthy, the wheels, but there's hardly any scuffs on them. It's in a really, really nice condition, this car. Really, really nice condition. So there was a couple of reasons really why I went for this one. This is, let me show you, an automatic, and it's a diesel. And this gives, actually on diesel wise, about 65 miles per gallon from a diesel, which is incredible, really. And it's only £25 a year to road tax this car. £25 a year, and it's a diesel. So yeah, it's really, really got some good points to this car. And for what I paid for it, I think it was an absolute bargain. And yeah, this was a pure sale on this car. So they weren't messing around. Whatever it went for, it went for. And that's exactly what happened. But let me show you the parts. And I want to show you this boot as well, which is really interesting, actually. This boot has got a split boot to it with a seat. What's this, like a Range Rover? So you open the boot like that. And then you pull this little lever. And you've got yourself a nice little seat. But look how much space is in this car. It's incredible. Like the amount of space once those seats go flat is it's enormous. But these are the parts that I was telling you about. Look, so they've left these in the car. That's part of the top part of the bumper, I think, that goes to the actual things you can see. Yeah, so that's the top part of the bumper, the insert, which is not damaged. So thank you very much for that. If I need it, I have found another bumper, and we'll see what that comes like. But so we've got these little I think they're air ducts or sort of diversions or whatever to, as the air comes through the front grille, they divert into certain places. There's your bag of bolts and nuts and screws and whatever for the front bumper. So yeah, so I know that this has been, taken apart nicely by a garage or someone like that, and they've left them in the car for the next person, basically, which is me. Definitely owned by a elderly gentleman or someone like that, because of this hat. I think I would have said maybe not, maybe yeah. but there we go. I just want to get these parts out of the way a minute. Let me just get them on the floor a minute. I want to show you. Let's just do that. So it goes even further down here, and you've got some, the guy's obviously left some bits and pieces. That goes up there as well if you want it to. There's another shelf, so it goes higher. So if you want anything lower into there, you can move that about. And then it goes even lower down here, like that. And then it goes even lower. You got like a spare wheel. All the tools are there. Everything's there. So yeah, this is a pretty cool car. Like that. And then, but if I just put the seats up. Like that. They're spring loaded basically, and you've got these little levers here. So instead of you don't have to mess around folding the seats. But if you're at the back end, you're trying to load something in, you just pull that, it drops the seats. You got like a little torch thing here as well, which doubles up as a boot boot light as well, which is pretty cool. It stays in like that, and then that's the light for the boot. There it comes out. Yeah, I'm quite surprised. I've not done one of these before. Never done one before, and I thought, do you know what? I'm going to give it a go. And I'm actually quite surprised. Honestly, I am. They're big, spacious cars, and they're like, because you can have that back sort of folded down and stuff. They're like a little mini van, aren't they? Especially being a diesel. £25 a year road tax. You won't get that on a van, will you? I don't think you would. So I think that's probably why people sort of try and tend to go to one of these, because it can be a car and a van, like, you know. But yeah, this is the active spec of the Peugeot. They do another one which is a Law, which comes with heads-up display on there, and sort of all sorts of nice little tricky little bits and pieces. But this one is the active, so not as much kit and tech. But let me just show you. That door's clicking. Just straight up, like no problems, no issues, just fires straight up. So she's done 82,127 miles. So 82,000 miles, and it's an auto, which everyone is screaming out for at the minute, is automatics. I'm always asked for automatics, always. Don't know why, but it just seems to be the car that everyone wants to have at the minute when it comes to transmission. But yeah, it's got electric electric rear handbrake, and it just goes into gear. And I think the brakes are binding a little bit, you know. It's got reversing sensors. You can see it going off here. Yeah, I think the brakes are binding a little bit. I have to see if we can. It don't feel that bad, I suppose. Because what's happened is that it's been sitting at Copart for so long in the yard. Like all the cars, the brakes get binded and seized up, and you have to deal with it. So that's definitely something we've got to deal with. But yeah, it's actually got an MOT until next February on this one. You've got these little flappy paddles as well for the gears. This has got auto lights as well, so if you look through there, you can see it says like auto there. You just switch it for that, and then there's a sensor up on this bit here, and then the lights will come on automatically in the dark, which is, you know, technically it thinks it's a little bit dark in here, but it's not. But yeah, so it's got auto lights, which is cool, nice little feature. Cruise control, I think. Yeah, it's got cruise control here, and it's got a speed limiter as well, so you could just go up on the limiter, and it tells you the limiter there, and you can set the limit to what you want. You can go up and down on the limiter like that. Just keep it at 30, and then you go down on the toggle, and that's your cruise control. So yeah, it has got some, you know, little bits and pieces to it, but I just thought it'd be a lovely little car for someone. Little car, I keep saying little car. Electric windows, electric mirrors, it's got all that here. What else has got over here? Traction control buttons here. Eco mode. I don't know what that is. Eco mode, deactivate. I suppose because of the diesel. I suppose. Parking as well. You could turn off the sensors over here. Yeah, that's pretty much it, really. So with this car, let me just explain what happened. I picked this car up. And I'm looking around it thinking, like, you know, what's in here, whatever. Where's the paperwork? Where's the booklet? Where's the booklets? There's no booklets in here. That's in here. So you can see as well, Tesco's insurance. And that was the date on site with them. So that's another clue to it's been taken to a garage or you know, some sort of assessment thing. Got the locking wheel nut key here, which is good. I always remove them now because they're just an absolute pain, these locking wheel nut keys. But no booklets. I've looked everywhere in this car, under the seats, in the boot, in the back. I've looked absolutely everywhere. And then I kind of give up. Clicking noise is annoying. I kind of give up with that booklet, and I thought, do you know, where could it be? I just couldn't see it anywhere. It's even got. Can I show you there? Let me just show you that there. So underneath here, there is little compartments. It's a bit dark, sorry. Little cubby holes, look, little compartments, both sides, and there's nothing in there either. There's no booklets or anything. And then I kind of sort of thought, you know, oh well, didn't get no paperwork with it. It'd be a shame if we can get a bit of a service history, but it is what it is. And then I went to it and I noticed down here there's a little lever here, and I went, I wonder what's in here. Boom. There's the paperwork. So I found it, but it was it's only pure luck that I sort of noticed this little lever thing here, and I thought, oh, I wonder what's in there. And I thought it might have been some sort of cubbyhole or some sort of something else, and that was in there. So absolute result. But let me show you what I found. We've obviously got the manuals for the car there, and this is the service warranty and maintenance record. So basically the service book. So let me show you what I found. It tells you, you know, when to change what oils, you know, that sort of stuff, and when to do it. And then I found this, all stamped up, and this side as well. Doesn't look like it's a full service history. We've got some missing. I think some stamps missing here. We've got two. The first one is 2015. So really, we should have had 14 because this is a 13 car. So another year. So we're missing 14 really, which should have gone there. Which is why they've stamped it here at 15 and not here at 15, because this should have been the 14 one. So yeah, we've got 14 missing. So 15. We've got 16 missing as well, but we've got 17 here and 17 here. So two services done in that 17. We've got an 18 here, and the mileage goes up as it should, really. So we've got an 18 here, then a 19. And it's obviously, you can see that it's got a major service here. So whether or not they've done the timing belt, I don't think they would have done a timing belt at 2019. But I'm going to have to check that myself, because there's no record of timing belt being done. So then we've got 20, 19, was that 19? Yeah, 19, 20, 21, 22, and then it jumps to 24. So we're missing 23. So this guy must have had his service done during COVID. He must have been maybe a care worker or some sort of something to do with NHS. It might have been something to do with that, mightn't he? But this was definitely serviced during that period of time of the COVID. But we are missing 2023 on the stamp. But nonetheless, a good service history. Yeah? But I need to check. When was the last one done? Hold on. 22, 24. 4th of the 1st. So 4th of January this year, the service was done at 78,000 miles. And we are now on, what was it, 82? Come on. Oh, you're not even going to... No, it's not even going to show me. We are on... Yeah, 82, 127, so 82. So it's not due a service, really. It's not due a service yet. Not on age or mileage. Okay, all right. It's not due a service yet, but I've got no indication of a timing belt on this book. So we might have to do that, I think. I think that'd be a good little step to do for the next owner. Yeah, like I said, nonetheless, a good service history with this one. And lucky I found that underneath that, underneath there. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, it's not a bad car. It's not a bad car. And getting 65 miles to the gallon on this is incredible. It's not ULEZ compliant because it's a 2013 car, but it's still going to be a great little car for someone to run around in. Headlights are good. They're not damaged, so I ain't got to replace that. I have found the bumper in colour. A little bit expensive, I've got to be honest. But it was the only one on eBay that I could see. The only one in colour. I could get another one and spray it, but then it would have been a bit more money. So, yeah. I managed to pick up the bumper, complete bumper as well. Everything's there. So it's just a case of putting the bumper on and doing it up. Basically, that is it. And it costs £280, I think, for the bumper. But that's it. That's what you've got to remember. That's why I always, when I'm bidding on these cars, I always work backwards in the figures, because you have to. We don't make our money when we sell the cars. We make the money when we buy the cars. Very, very crucial, that is. That is the number one tip that I can give anyone that wants to do this. You make your money at the beginning, not at the end. You have to just really be careful on what you're doing. So, but yeah, 280 quid for the bumper. And, you know, even I've got to check to make sure the discs and pads are okay. Still got an MOT until next year, but I'll probably put a fresh one on it anyway. And then it just needs a good clean up, really. We'll do the seats, we'll clean it up. And it's just going to be a real quick car to go. Real quick car to flip this one. The longest time, I've even got the logbook. So the longest time for this is going to be waiting for the bumper. waiting for the bumper to turn up. Once I get that, it'll just be, we can fly with it. But what do we think so far of the Peugeot 3008? What do we think about the colour? I really like it. It's like a goldy colour, isn't it? I won't call it brown. I'll call it gold colour, yeah. But the space in these cars, it's enormous. It's incredible. But yeah, that's it, guys. That's the new project. I suppose we have got a bit more time. We could set it back onto the ramp. We can get all the wheels off. We can have a little mess around with them. Have a little have a look at the discs and the pads. See if they need any sort of, because obviously, like I said, they've been a little bit seized. It was a little bit jerky, I think, to start off with. I think it's the rears. It ain't the fronts. I think it's the rear. So it'd be good to have a little bit of a go at this. So, yeah, let's get it back. on the ramp. We'll get it in the air and we'll start a little bit of work on this now. So I'll set you up. Let's do this. Right, guys, well, let me just explain what I found out and what we're going to do next. So basically, I've removed all four wheels on the car because we're going to strip the brakes right down and we're really going to have a little make sure and clean up and just do a service on the calipers, the sliders. Just make sure that it's all nice because, you know, they look a little bit rusty. They're not worn. They've got a little lip on the disc, but the pads are really thick, both sides. So we haven't really got to change them, anything, but we do. If we look at the pads, they're really thick. But I just want to get rid of all this rust and just make sure the sliders work and all that sort of stuff, really. Because, you know, like I said before, they've probably been sitting around Copart Yard and a little bit seized. A little bit rusty. Got a right sore throat this morning for some reason. It's really weird. So I took all the wheels off, just preparation for us to do that. Whether or not we're going to have time today, I don't know. We might have a little bit of time to do it, but I don't think we'll be able to do all four wheels today. But let's just see how far we get because I have to shoot off half day today. So, yeah, it's just it's a bit manic, but I'm definitely going to be able to do some more on this. So I've taken out the headlights off both sides on the front end because I found out through another YouTube video that piece there, that actually sits on the front and gets bolted down to the slam panel, the Radpack slam panel front piece. That goes on first, then the headlights go in place, and then the bumper goes over the whole lot. So we need to put this and these two trims back in place. And then it feels like they've actually removed the headlights from the body shop as well, just to check behind the headlights and stuff, because the headlight bolts were loose. So it looked like they'd just been done up hand tight. So, yeah, I think that's what happened. They took that off, the headlights out of the way, and then took the front panel off, which is here, the two trims as well. Those have got to be put back in place as well. And yeah, I think that's how it works. And then the bumper actually slots into these grooves here. The front bumper actually goes into there. So we need to get this fitted on the front, and we can do that straight away. So that's what we're going to do next. I have looked at these headlights, and I think what we're going to do is we are going to give these a polish up as well with a little bit of sandpaper and this polisher, just to buff up these headlights. I'm going to do it once the headlights are on the car, because they're sturdy and stable. So when you're polishing it, the headlights don't move around like all the time. So we'll do that on the car. But for the moment, let's get the plastics back in place, headlights back on, and then we can jump onto the brakes and have a little tear down of there. It looks a really, really nice, clean engine actually. It doesn't really look that dirty. Bit dusty, normal stuff from Copart, but not really sort of a real filthy diesel engine, so that's good. It's only done 82,000 miles, so you wouldn't expect it to be that bad, and it ain't really. So, but we are going to do. We're gonna check the timing belt, which is over here. I suspect it's on its original. I don't really know at this point, but I want to take that apart there. I've done loads of these Citroen Peugeots timing belts before on the 1.6 diesels. So yeah, it ain't a major one, this one. So I think I'm definitely going to change that belt. But let's just see how it is, and we'll go from there, and I'll show you guys what the condition is. But let me set you up. We've got this front end back on all together, and then we'll go from there. So let's do this. Right, so guys, that is part 1 done on this Peugeot 3008. I can't really do any more today. I'm going to leave it there. But I've put the front end back on. You can see all the trims and that been put back in place. All the these air supports, and you know the way the air pushes into directs into the fans and stuff like that. So yeah, headlights back in place. You can see that as it goes. Let me just show you that. Let me just put it up. So the bumper now, that's secure. The bumper skin will now just slot straight into these parts here. And they go underneath there. And then once you fix it into there, you buzz a couple of screws, one each side, out the bag that they left me. Yeah, you put a few screws in, and that's the front end secure. So yeah, that's that. Just trying to see if... Oh yeah, that's for the spotlights. So I want to sneeze. Nope. So thought I was going to sneeze. That connects to the spotlights that's inside the bumper. There's another loom that goes inside the bumper itself, and that connects to that. But yeah, this is going to be a real quick one, this one. I have had an update with the bumper itself, and they've told me that it will be delivered in a couple of days' time. Probably by Wednesday, Thursday this week. Today's Monday. So, well, we could definitely get another video done tomorrow. We can strip all the brakes down and clean all them up. And I'm just sort of, doing all these little processes and all these little bits and pieces because of showing the new owner basically what I've done whilst I've had it to get it to a good standard, basically. So that's what we'll do tomorrow. We'll probably do the headlights as well. I want to clean off the inside, clean the wheels as well on the inside, and clean the alloys. Give them a good clean up because they're absolutely filthy on the inside before we put them back. Just quickly, these tyres, all 4 tyres, have got so much tread. So, really good tread on all 4 tyres. We ain't got to worry about putting tyres on this one either. So, but what do we think, guys, of the new project? The colour as well, it is actually quite a nice colour, and I am getting used to it. I wasn't sure about it at first, but I'm actually getting used to this colour, and it's quite a nice one, actually. So, yeah, but it's so straight, the car. There's no dents around it whatsoever. So, yeah, that's, it's just fantastic. So, I'm going to leave it there. Don't forget, drop me a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Yeah, give the video a thumbs up. And I'll see you guys tomorrow in the next one. Thanks for watching. See you soon.